So let's take a look at this map, I suppose, while we're doing the hype train. This is the same guy that did the other map yesterday that was it was also ridiculous, but it was slightly less ridiculous, at least in the sense that at least California wasn't red. But now they've made a map where California, in fact, has turned red. So let's read their justification for California going Republican. Thief of Hearts with a bunch of bits. Mimsy Moon just reacted to Shoe on Head's reaction video. Perhaps she'll also react to yours. People are certainly noticing her now since you and Jake covered her. That's the thing. We end up platforming people, even if it's to criticize them, and then it gets them views. Don't know how I feel about it. Nick Snort with 100 bits, thank you very much. And then Sushi Mom with 200 bits, just because I want to tell you you're cute, your hair is fabulous, kind, and wonderful. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 97% of the level 2 hype train. So let's see what the justification is for this map. In my A scenario, published on October 31st, that's the one we looked at the other day, I was hesitant about Trump winning also California for one specific reason. In 2016, Trump was 29% below the witch in California, the witch being Hillary Clinton. Trump 32%, Hillary Clinton 61.6%. A 29% gap is huge, that it is, which is why California is considered one of the bluest of blue states. Abby, my dudes with 100 bits, my parents both voted for Trump, and me and my two siblings voted for Biden. It's nice to know we canceled them out, yeah. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Before we watch some chuds, let's get a cleanser for yesterday and learn how to throw a party. I'll keep it on standby. I don't know if we'll get to it, but if not, I'll put it in my thing for public domania. Misunderstand with 20 bits. Thank you. So, he goes on to say, but things have changed on Saturday and Sunday. What changed? Is it possible for California to flips red? Watch the Trump parade in Beverly Hills last Saturday. Conservatives are the stupidest people on the planet, guys. Literally, they are unable to they look at a crowd of people in Beverly Hills, one of the wealthiest communities in California, and they see a bunch of people out for Trump, and they're like, I better extrapolate this out to the entire state, even though there are a very specific set of contextual factors that lead to this in this specific area. I better extrapolate this out to the entirety of the state for no reason. Mitchell Drummer, thank you for gifting 2 tier 1 subs. Legitimately, conservatives they have a problem mentally, a similar problem to, I think, flat earth people, in that they have a problem with thinking abstractly and extrapolating things out logically within the limits that we have of our own perception. Like, this person literally, it's like when Sargon says, like, well, a lot of people have Trump signs, therefore Trump has to win. And it's like, okay, but like, it's not like every single person who votes puts a sign out of who they're going to vote. There are a number of factors that go into that. Also, it's going to depend upon the area in which you live. It's very strange. I don't know if anyone's done a study on, like, more progressive people versus conservative people and their ability to, like, extrapolate information out from things like this and understanding the limits of our own perception, but I feel like conservatives would be very, very bad at it. Cascadia 93 with 20 bits. One positive of the past week, however, is that it seems that if I save up enough for moving costs and I land a job that I already have experience in, there's a very good possibility of me being able to move back to my home city of Seattle and out of this stress-inducing area known as Kansas City, where the Fred Phelps people clash with neo-libs. Well, I hope that all works out for you. I hope you can find a job that allows you to live in a place you're more comfortable. MMO Addicted to 20 bits. I knew you'd have that reaction. I giggled through my classes over it today. And then Antipodian Squid with 100 bits. A right-wing former politician here said in an interview today, said, Trump is a demagogue. He will lose and he deserves to lose. And when questioned on his political position, said, in America, I would be considered a moderate Republican. You gotta... How do I... don't take for granted that Trump will definitely lose, because it's not necessarily the case. We'll see what happens. I hope he loses. So we see again more of this Beverly Hills rally. You know, one of the richest communities in the state. Anonymous gifter, thank you for gifting 2 tier 1 subs. I appreciate that. Got through another level of the hype train. Level 3 complete. Nice. These Beverly Hills videos are impressive, and the joy, enthusiasm, the atmosphere, beautiful, and it happened in Beverly Hills. Yeah, why does he say it happened in Beverly Hills like he thinks Beverly Hills doesn't, like, normally go, or wouldn't have a large population of Republican voters? Beverly Hills is full of rich people who want to lower their taxes and are insulated from social problems because of their wealth, are more likely to vote Republican. What is he talking about? Cascadia 93, Beverly Hills, one of the richest counties on the planet. Yeah, that's probably a better way of contextualizing it. It's not even just in the States. 74 Quinn 74, Hype Train, we're here for you. We're at 9% of level 4. Trump boat parade in California. Ooh, is this the one where a bunch of the boats sank? That's pretty funny. And again, like, it bothers me that people like this guy look at this. And this is like, you know, for this sort of thing, a decent number of people. I'm not going to count all the boats, but, you know, there's dozens of boats here. I'm sure there are more off camera. But they're unable to be like, okay, well, how many people live in California? Population of California. The population of California is almost 40 million people. And you're looking at a picture of you know, dozens of people, dozens of Trump supporters who own boats. That's indicative that there is some level of Trump support in California. But to say, look at these boats, and then to say, that means Trump is going to win, is such a leap in logic. There's absolutely nothing connecting one to the other in terms of extrapolating out to the state as a whole. It's ridiculous. Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. As someone who voted for Joe Biden, what's all the people who told us he was the more electable candidate versus Bernie Sanders going to do when Biden inevitably whores out to corporate America and not a goddamn thing changes? Look, guys, I've talked about this before. Biden's not my first choice, but Biden's milquetoast center Democrat corporatist ideology is less destructive than Trump's. I talked about this yesterday. If you're in a battle and you need to take the battlefield, you don't just say, everyone take the battlefield. You got to make strategic decisions. Sometimes you take a hill, and then from that point, you can better strategize to take more position over time. Biden is not, you know, 100% win for actual, like, leftists. Of course he's not. But it is a point from which we can strategize and continue to try and make change in the United States political landscape in the future. If Trump is elected, yet again, we'll have 4 more years of destruction to our electoral processes, to the governmental structures themselves that we need to use to improve the lives of other people. Like, Biden's not perfect, but if you're looking for a perfect candidate, you're not going to find one. And don't come here and be like, Bernie Sanders, perfect. No, he's not. Bernie Sanders isn't perfect. I like Bernie Sanders. I voted for Bernie Sanders, but Bernie Sanders is not on the ballot today. That's not the choice you have. So today you make a choice, and then from there we try and move forward from the more advantageous position than we would be if Trump wins. Stellar Sea Cow with 20 bits. We're at 16% of level 5. Nice. Stellar Sea Cow, I live in one of the richest areas in the country and went to school with my congressman's kids, and I have only seen one Trump sign, and that was a cop, so he's not, you know, a decent person. Bye, Manser. I appreciate the antidote, Stellar Sea Cow, but again, looking at signs and stuff is, I think, a bad indication of where things are going to go. Bye, Manser. Thank you for your Tier 3 subscription. Nice. Subscribe for 6 months. I gotta get some special Tier 2 and Tier 3 emotes. I haven't even filled all my level 1 emote slots yet, honestly.
There's nothing funny about
Goth Geek Gaming with 20 bits. Hannah, did you see tweet from Trump where a video of him dancing is put to YMCA? It's really cringe. Yes, I saw that. Stellar Sea Cow, the fight doesn't end when Biden wins. We keep pushing the DNC further left, and we can't let off of them, period. We push the party further left and keep pushing it further left. Yes. Like the next, if Biden wins, hopefully he will. We have no idea. It's only 4 p.m. here. The polls don't close, at least here in Michigan, until I think 8 o'clock. Maybe it's 7. Look it up if you need to know. Just Google it. Either way, yeah, the next 4 years of Chud Watch are not going to be, you know, nothing happening. We're not going to just be like, well, Biden's president, everything's fine, because it won't be. But it'll be a typical political fight and not an existential fight, you know, for the heart and soul of the democracy of the United States of America. It'll be trying to push political and economic policies that benefit the working class. But it'll be within a framework that is acceptable. Does that make sense? I don't know. Cascadian93, Bernie isn't perfect. He's been super iffy on Israel and Palestine issues. Antipodian Squid with 50 bits. And I think I'm caught up. Color Kitten 722, thanks for following. Comrade Devin with 20 bits. My state senator, and I'm hoping the vote out. My state senator that I'm hoping to vote out just tweeted the most hideous shoes I've ever seen. This is what happens when you reject relevant experts. Oh no, look at those shoes. Oh, those are ugly. Okay. Cascadian93, tell that Biden is president, but the fight isn't over to some of the blue check marks on Twitter. We'll work on it, guys. Guys. Biden wins, we're just getting started. Don't worry about it. But it's a better position to fight from than Trump as president. 30 seconds left on the hype train. 21%.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Sorry, gotta open my window. It's getting a little stuffy. MMO addicted, so I am pretty invested in your election, as in Poland. I'm pretty sure there won't be another election unless someone calls our shit out, and Trump would likely back an authoritarian far-right Christian Poland, so yeah, he probably would. Daddy Sume with 20 bits, can't stay, I'm too stressed to deal with chuds today. I just want to say I love everyone and that you're beautiful, Hannah. Thank you, Daddy Sume. I hope you can come back tomorrow for Tinfoil Tuesday on a Wednesday, and hopefully it'll be fine. Hopefully it'll all be good. Have a good night. Antipodian Squid with 140 bits. Thank you. Coolio. Cool. Moving on, let's see. Trump parade in Huntington Beach. Again, he's going to like specific events that are Trump-centric events.
Funny about the tools of capitalism.
Trump rally and boat parade in San Diego. Impressive Trump rallies all across California, Los Angeles, San Diego, the North, everywhere. Is it possible California turns red? Is it possible Trump wins also California? No. Doubt. Very much doubt that. I missed a bits message. We can go back. Where was it? Tucker White says, I'm looking forward to the right-wing conspiracy nuts crafting new BS. They've gotten lazy during Trump's presidency. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. Antipodian Squid, Tinfoil Tuesday, Wednesday edition. That's literally, I think, what I was going to call the video tomorrow. Vulpus Red Tail, thank you for subscribing, Tier 1. And MMO Addicted with 20 bits. Fun fact, he already did back it. Last election, a month or so before our election, they accelerated putting us in the visa waiver program, and the ambassador did a huge publicity for the ruling party, which, in my honest opinion, won them another election. Gross. Mitchell Drummer with 235 bits. Boss time. Did I miss Daddy Sume's bits too? God damn. Daddy Sume, I'll be back for Tinfoil Tuesday and for Sovereign Citizen whatever days, but chuds just make me too upset lately. Understandable. Hopefully after the election, if Biden wins, you'll be a little more amenable to watching some chuds, but I get it. Mitchell Drummer, thanks for the 20 bits. Greg Rubini continues in California, 2016, Trump 32, Hillary 61. That's a 28% gap. Can California flip red with Trump 28% below in 2016? Let's examine Miami-Dade County in California. Thank you, MMO Addicted. Who's that Pokemon? And then it's a link. It's Texas's 2nd congressional district. Yeah, gerrymandering's messed up. It's very messed up. This means that Trump flips around to Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade, Trump is 1.2% above Joe Biden. Where's he getting this information from, though? Like, how does he have information on who... He did this yesterday. What information is he getting that's saying that Trump has raised 30-something% above Joe Biden? Or 30% he's gained since the last election. Where's he getting this information from? No citation. Makes it questionable. Guardian Den, thank you for following. Tucker White 94, me atop my bits throne. Mwahahaha, I have everything. An Antipodian squid has nothing. Remember, the California result was similar to the results of Miami-Dade County in 2016. In California, the Trump gain will be bigger. I bet Trump can gain 34% overall in 2016 results in California. Jesus Christ. Why Trump can gain 34% in California, 29%, as he gains in Miami-Dade, plus an additional 5%, because in California, you are all pissed off by the Nazi lockdowns of Gavin Newsom. Oh, God. Wow. Okay, so this is a lot to unpack. He continues. His despotic edicts, his burqa masks, the destruction of business. So he has mask mandates, comparing it to the Nazis, and then he calls face masks burqa masks. So a nice hefty load of Islamophobia on top of it. Lovely. It's Guardian Eden, but yay. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Guardian Eden. Apologies. Thank you for following. Bardlock Moses with 200 bits. Not going to sit through some chuds today, so here are some bits. Thank you. Tucker White 94. Nazi, drink, bastards, drink. The Democrat virus backfired on the Democrats.
That's right, capitalistic propaganda.
Greg, it's not the Democrat virus, it's the coronavirus. It's a global pandemic. I don't know if you know this, but there are other countries on Earth other than America. In fact, most other countries aren't America. Wise Californians know that if Joe Biden wins, Kamala will become president of the USA. I mean, I doubt it, but it's possible. He's an old dude. Kamala Harris will destroy California, its economy, its resources. With Newsom, Californians had a bitter taste of it. Scotty Dent, thank you for following. Therefore, wise Californians are voting Trump in droves. Californians want to make California great again, and President Trump will do exactly that. Wise Californians know it. There are reasons why California can turn red. These are the reasons why that 29% gap can be reversed. My forecast for California, Trump 53, Biden 47. Wow, that's a lot. What hold on.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
That is one big pile of shit.
That's pretty much where I stand on those numbers. These are the reasons why California can turn red. These are the reasons it can be reversed, but it's even better than that. Let's recall the results Ronald Reagan had in California in 84, Reagan 57, Mondale 41. Thus, it would not be the first time California votes red. It would be the first time in almost 40 years. That would be a pretty big thing. And I also think back in the day, California was more of a purple state, right? I don't think California was consistently blue until the early to mid-90s. That changed. Greg Rubini, Ronald Reagan in California 84, Reagan 57, Mondale 41. My forecast for California in 2020, Trump 53, Biden 47. He thinks that the map will be similar to Reagan's map. Jesus friggin' Christ. And we have this. Interesting, isn't it? Let's say liberals. In utter desperation in California, notice encourage. This person says, I'm working at the polls in California. Trump supporters are voting like crazy. Everyone must encourage friends and family, like-minded, to get out and vote. It is scary. And then we have Tucker White 94, 20 bits. A 30-point turnaround for Trump against Joe Biden, a Democrat who doesn't have nearly as much baggage as Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that's crazy. Pretty crazy.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Stellar Sea Cow, Reagan was also the governor of California, so that would help him win in California. Yeah. This is just the same parade. The Trump rally in Malibu. This is just more people. Again, looking at a bunch of people who came out for a specific event is not data. Like, I guess it's theoretically data in the sense that, like, oh, look at this. Anything you can present, I guess, is, kind of data. But it's not data that you can numerically track, right? You're not going to look at this video that's basically an anecdote of these rallies and do anything substantive with it because you can't really numerate what's going on there. Aren't these Trump parades clear messages? Not necessarily. I mean, I think we all recognize that Trump's base, and I'm not even just talking about all people who vote Trump. I'm talking about the kind of people who wear the MAGA hats and go out to, like, boat parades and crazy stuff like that. They're a minority, but they do exist, and they're very, very loud about their support for Donald Trump. So if you have events like that, you're going to get a loud crowd that's going to do stuff like that. I'm not surprised in the least. He says, I say a 34% gain is possible. I disagree. Go California, landslide for Trump. We're rooting for you all across the USA. Therefore, my updated forecast for 2020 looks like this. Trump with 461 electoral votes and Biden with 77. Jesus Christ. Again, it's only 440 here where I am. The polls aren't closed yet. I am not under the delusion that Joe Biden has this in the bag. If you watch this in a couple days and Trump won, that's something that could absolutely happen, okay? I'm not, like, deluding myself. But this map, this is crazy. This is an insane person's idea of what an electoral map looks like. This is nuts. Thank you, Fatal for following, a Colston of 20 bits. We even got TJ to vote, but nope, not Paul Zigo. I haven't heard from TJ in a long time, so I don't really care. Windchanter with 20 bits. Hi, Hannah. Hi, chat. Hello. Stellar Sea Cow. Reagan was also... Oh, read that one. Oh, I said ope unironically. That's a shame. In-depth forecast state by state can be found in this thread, and that's the thread that I talked about the other day. Yesterday, actually, I think. That 2020 elections forecast thread got 11 million views impressions in 2 days. Yeah, that's because people like me retweeted it and made fun of it because it was absurd. That would be why. Anyway, that's this guy's bizarre prediction. It's interesting to look at. So I went to vote today. Went relatively quick for me. I was in and out in like 10 minutes or so, around there. Very strange, and I tweeted about this, strange energy in the room. And I've voted, I think, in every single election since I've been of age to vote. Excuse me. I don't like my parents. I don't talk to them for a variety of reasons. But, like, I will say one positive that they instilled in me is the importance of voting. So, like, when and I recommend this if you have kids, when you go and vote, maybe take them with you, show them the process, explain it to them, because I think that's a barrier for some people, is if they've never voted before or never seen it go down, it can be intimidating. So, like, taking your kids with you to vote and showing them the process of how it works, and you just go up and you show your license and you get your ballot and you fill out a little thing and you go and fill out the form and then you go take it to the people and they scan it into the thing or whatever. I think that helps kids. So, take your kids to go vote with you if you can. I don't know if there's any rules anywhere that doesn't allow that, but at least in Michigan, my parents took me when they went to vote. So even though they're right-wing crazy people now, I mean, I say now, my dad's always been like that, but he's gotten more extreme, I think, since Trump became a thing. Yeah, definitely take your kids to vote. It's a good idea. Anyway, so I went to go vote today. Weird energy in the room. I think everyone's stressed out. Everyone's stressed out. And there was a guy who was like, I don't know how it works in other people's states or counties, but basically, you deal with people, you show them your driver's license, they have you fill out a little slip with your address, you then take that over to the ballot people, they put that in your ballot envelope, you go and you fill out your ballot with whoever you're voting for, and then you take that to a person who, like, basically checks it off, and then you put it in the machine. At that last step where,
There's nothing funny about the
everyone's
tools
trying
of
to get me to
capitalism.
look at this. Hold on. Don Jr. thinks the Black Sea is a country, and also that foreign countries vote in American elections, which explains a lot. Oh my. He's, wow, yikerinos. I mean, I'm sure he's just making a joke, like, haha, the only countries that vote blue are China and Mexico. But that's very stupid. Did I miss anything else? Tita Bell, 20 bits. Your dad is obviously a Trump supporter, but do you think, do you know whether or not he actually expects Trump to win? I haven't talked to him in years, so I don't know. MMO addicted. Where was that? MMO addicted with 20 bits. Hey, Hannah, last of my bits since I'm broke at the moment. Cash flow issues. Would you please tell me when to expect first exit polls and stuff, as in X hours, I want to grab a nap and then watch the data flow in, but time zones are confusing me due to the tiredness. Polls in Michigan here close in, I think, 3 hours or so. But even then, I don't know how accurate exit polls are going to be this year because there was so much early voting and mail-in voting, and exit polls are done in person, so it's not going to give a clear picture. So I don't know if you want to look at exit polls as accurate this election cycle. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about... So, I was going to go and take my ballot, completed ballot, to the final person that you give it to. And there was an elderly... I say elderly. He wasn't like 90 or 80 or 70 even. He was like in his 50s or 60s. White dude. The person who was taking the ballots happened to be a Latino gentleman. And this white old guy was just yelling at this kid. He was, you know, saying a bunch of just I only caught the end of the conversation where the worker was like, "Sir, please don't raise your voice to me," as calm as they possibly could. And the guy goes like, I never raise my voice. Whatever. I'm just trying to voice my concerns." And he and his wife walked out angrily, and I'm very curious what that was about. I wish I could have seen more of the interaction. I'm assuming that guy was a Trump supporter. I have no concrete evidence, but feels like it to me. And facts do care about my feelings. Fun fact. That's my superpower.